What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another World of Warcraft video for the War Within, and today I kind of want to go through my War Within launch priorities, giving you a step-by-step on how I intend to tackle the expansion, what I'm doing when the expansion comes out. So far I've created a 5-step plan of what I'm doing in what order kind of, based on where I'm at right now and my thought process as well. Now we're not going to waste any time here, that's what we're covering today, and let's just get right into it. So the War Within comes out, you are entering the War Within, you are entering Zygor itself. What exactly should you do? Well, you are free to make your own plans based on how you want to play the game, but once again I'm sharing my thoughts here. So step number 1 will be to get to level 80. There are many reasons to have one character at level 80, but the major one is to unlock the adventure mode, as it's called in the War Within, which means that when you get one character to level 80 and have completed the campaign and done stuff, you will access world quests. Now adventure mode will then unlock these world quests on your alts even if they're level 70. That means you can now do world quests on all your characters, farm a bunch of renown on all of your characters, and just get more stuff. Imagine if some of the world quest gives you a really good reward. Well, now you can do that on all your characters, even if they're not level 80. Now, you will also get more renown by doing, for example, the quest lines as well. You will get renown passively while leveling and while questing, and renown can directly give you knowledge points. For example, getting the Council of Dornogal to renown 12, you will get profession knowledge for alchemy, blacksmithing, enchanting, and tailoring, and different renown factions gives you different benefits for different professions. If you have enchanting, for example, some of the recipes are literally locked behind renown as well, and in the War Within, renown is account bound. It's like the warbound system, the warbind, whatever. Things are account bound now, so you just do things on one character and they give you access to that on all your alts as well. Now when it comes to which character to level to 80, I'm just going to give you one advice on what I'm doing here. I am leveling my gathering character to level 80 first, not my herbalism and mining character, but my, for example, tailoring plus inscription, my group farming open world character. And the reason for that is that sometimes being level 80 does give you some benefit in those group farms. Like for example, if we find any world drop BOE epics in the War Within, which we don't know yet, usually they added that in the very last patch, and sometimes we don't even find out about them until the expansion comes out. So just in case I'm able to loot something better at level 80 than I am at level 70, I am leveling my gathering character first. And the reason for that is that herbalism plus mining, well, you can just level that passively over time from level 70 while doing herbalism plus mining, and you can benefit from the renown that you're getting from your main, for example, to, well, get more knowledge points for herbalism plus tailoring or herbalism plus mining, and all of your crafting characters as well. There's virtually no benefit to being a higher level. Like, once again, if you have enchanting and you want to get renown rank, let's just say level 3 or level 4 to get some enchanting recipes, for, yeah, let's just say there's something locked behind here, for example. Earthen Works will give you some different recipes, as you can see here, from Renown 5. You will now acquire the recipes for Stormbound Armor Kit, Enchant Chest, the Council's Intellect, and the contract for the Council of Dornogal. Now I'm just going to take a step away here, it's taking up a little bit of space on the screen. Even if you want to get this recipe on your enchanter, you don't need that enchanter to be the first character, because once again, renown is account-wide. So yeah, I'm just leveling my farming character first because it makes most sense, and it's the character that I think I'll benefit the most from having at level 80 first. Even if that's not my main, it's going to be the one that I play the most at the start anyway, for gold farming reasons. Now, step 2, once you have leveled a character to level 80, is to skill up professions. Not just on your main, but your alts as well. If you have 10 alts, good, skill up those professions. If you have 50, skill them up. No matter how many alts you have, this is kind of where you want to start setting up that gold making army. No matter how many alts you have, start working on it here, because now you have a character at level 80. So if I find, for example, any good gold farms, and you want to participate in those, well, you have a level 80 now, you are good to go. any and all of your downtime should be spent on skilling up professions. At least that's what I'm doing, just getting myself ready. And when you're logging on these alts anyway, you could, for example, pick up the one-time quest that we have access to. If I fly, it should be over here. If I just take away the step once again, it should be in this house, unless I'm completely mistaken. But yeah, over here. So in this house right here, you will have a one-time quest, which will give you 200 artisan security and a bunch of materials. You could do this quest at this time as well, because once again, you're logging into all of your alts, you're playing them a little bit, skilling up professions, do that quest at the same time to get some materials to use when skilling up those professions. Now, I've made a video on this. It's called something, but you get a lot of free gold and free materials from a one-time quest here, so make sure to do that one. All you have to do is go to exactly where I am right now, talk to this NPC, and she will offer you a one-time quest per character that you can then do to get artisan security and a bunch of free materials. After you have done that, it's time for step 3, and step number 3 for me is flying around and gathering treasures. On my YouTube channel, I already have, and I'm currently in the process of, uploading the video locations for every single knowledge, treasure out there for every single profession, so you will know exactly where they are and what to look for. Now, they're probably going to be on Wowhead as well when the expansion comes out, so you can easily go there and check it out, but in my videos I show you visual examples of where they are, and I show you me looting them, and I also in those videos give you the waypoints in the video description, so you can easily copy and paste them and make macros in the game. I think I even have a macro on this character right here. So we have a macro for alchemy, for example. So you have alchemy 1 and alchemy 2, giving you all of the treasures for alchemy in this case. So you can just make macros like this, import the waypoints from my videos, and there you go. Now at this point, I'm just going to say, if you have 2 accounts like me when you're gathering treasures, use a mount like pretty much any dragon riding mount. You can have a passenger whenever you're flying. So if I go to my dragon riding, which I'm not sure if I can actually change that on the beta right now, but when you are dragon riding, skills and unlocks over here, you can unlock this one, ride along, which allows you to now have a party member on your back whenever you're flying. So if you have 2 accounts, you can gather treasures on both accounts at the same time, which really speeds things up. So just play both at the same time, ride along, the fly. It's basically a 2-man mount. If you have a 2-man mount, that works as well, like the Sandstone Drake. So you can do both accounts at the same time, 2 characters at the same time. At this point, you have now gotten yourself to level 80 on your main, you have skilled up professions, and you have also gotten treasures for the knowledge points for professions. Well, at this point, it is time to start crafting profession tools. If you just did the quest that I talked about over here, you probably have some leftover materials anyway. So now you can start making profession tools. You are probably going to be able to make 1 blue one very quickly if you have the knowledge points for it, and you've spent those wisely to be able to make that blue knowledge profession tool. You can make 1 blue, because this quest will give you 200 artisan security, and the other 100 you need, you will probably get from the weekly quest that you can pick up here. You have the crafting order weekly quest, and then you have your regular weekly quest as well. So that's going to be another 60 knowledge points, I think, right there from those weekly quests. And then you have first time crafts and a bunch of other things, also giving you more artisan security at the same time. So at this point, you can make 1 blue item and probably 2 green ones, and just get those made, get them equipped, and start crafting to make a little bit of gold. At this point, we're at the final step. The final step is going to be farm renown. This takes you back to the first character you made, step number 1, having a level 80 character. So step number 5 is farm renown. And the reason for this is kind of what I touched on earlier in this video, that renown has different rewards for different professions, and they are once again account bound. So getting yourself to renown 5 with the Council of Dornogal, for example, gives you different recipes for leatherworking, for enchanting, and even for inscription. And a couple of professions will have recipes unlocked behind renown, not only Council by the way, but other renown factions as well. So you will just get access to more recipes for, once again, all your characters, because as you can see right here, this is a warband reward, not a personal reward. And also, whenever you get your renowns to rank 12, you will directly get 10 knowledge points for your professions. Now, once again, this is going to be different from renown to renown, and I think every single profession gets 10 from, for example, the severed threads. At least so far we have found 5 different professions that gets plus 10 from the severed threads, and then the other professions are kind of evenly spread between council, assembly, and hallowfall. So if you get all of them to renown 12, that should be plus 20 knowledge points that you can get just by having renown 12, and once again, this is a warband reward, not a personal reward. So at this point, I'm just going to move myself to this NPC right here to show you exactly what the reward is, and once again, it's going to be 10 knowledge points. So you go over here, you talk to the auditor, this is the renowned quartermaster, and if you see here, you can buy these for 50 artisan security, and they will give you 10 knowledge points. All that is required is that you have the profession, and you have renown rank 12 to buy it, which once again, it's a warband reward. And there's no level requirements, so you can buy this on your level 70 alts and then start crafting. So farming renown as early as possible will be very important when it comes to maximizing your profits. 10 knowledge points is massive, and if you can get both, like your main, I call it main, but if you can get either council or assembly or hallowfall, or all of them to renown 12, that is plus 10 knowledge points, and then you also have another plus 10 from the severed threads. So if you're able to get all of these to renown 12, well, you will now have 20 knowledge points that you can spend, and 20 knowledge points, that's pretty massive, and that's going to put you way ahead of people that haven't done this, and now you can start raking in that massive profit. Now, at this point, I should probably tell you that there are a couple of things that I haven't talked about here, and that's because they're too good to talk about publicly. So if you have my goldmaking guide for the War Within, which you can check out through a link down below, there are a couple more steps that I haven't covered in this video because, well, first of all, they're too good to talk about, and they're too complicated. They take way too much time to explain, and probably 2% of you will do them anyway, but the 2% that do, you will make a hefty amount of gold. It's gonna be insane. So I'm gonna have an exclusive video that for people that have the goldmaking guide that covers a couple of additional steps you can take here to min-max goldmaking even more. And it's not just min-maxing a little bit, by the way, this is huge min-max. It will take a lot more time per character, but you will also make a bunch more gold, not just from your daily crafts, but pretty much all your craft. So yeah, once again, that's going to be an exclusive video. We already have another video in exclusive access as well, so at this point, that's going to be 2 videos that you guys have that is exclusive to the gold guide only. In addition to that, well, when you buy the guide, you get the guide itself, which is a guide that I've made for gold making in the War Within. Now, buying this guide gives you access to future updates for free, so it's a one-time payment. When it gets updated, you will get those updates sent to you directly by email, and you can then check out those updates. Now, the gold guide itself contains gold making with professions, where we go through every single profession in depth, how to make gold with it, and several different ways to make gold with it as well. Now, making an example here, for example, through inscription, you have so many ways to go. You can, for example, spec into finding more Dark Moon cards, so make it a farming profession for inscription. You can also focus on making professional equipment through inscription, and make the quality 5 rare crafting tools for other people, and guaranteeing that with multicraft, for example, you can get a huge commission through personal crafting orders. In addition to that, you can, for example, specify into milling herbs at the highest quality, you can make ink at the highest quality, and you can make crafting reagents at the highest quality. So through inscription alone, there's 5 different paths you can take to make gold. That's only with inscription, and once again we go through pretty much every single profession and how to make gold with them in different ways in that gold making guide. In addition to that, we have a bunch of gold farms you can do when the War Within comes out. That is in that guide that you will have access to at launch. Now, I'll probably make videos on those as well, but you will once again have access to them before they are public. In addition to that, you get access to a gold making Discord server, where we talk about gold making constantly, and I talk in there, and I also give you guys early access to videos, and once again, exclusive videos as well. Either way, that's a pretty long shout out, but once again, it's a product that I really believe in, it's my product, and we're talking about gold making. We're taking gold making to the next level, and I just want to say thank you so much for the support on the gold guide. It's been a little bit ridiculous lately, like in a good way, of course, but I really want to say thank you. Your support really means a lot to me, and and once again, I make it my personal goal to help you guys make as much gold as I possibly can, and your support directly allows me to spend a lot more time in the beta right now, and when the War Within comes out, just allows me to take some unpaid leave and spend more time playing the game, finding ways to make gold, and then sharing them with you. Either way, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Thank you for watching, I really do appreciate it. I will see you again in the next video very soon.